Welcome to Wonderland, friends. It's me, Alyson Wonderland, the Priestess of Wonderland, and I'm here to teach you to step through the looking glass and into a world of your own creation. On this channel, you'll find videos of self-care, magic, tarot, divination, and in today's video, we are talking about crystals. If you're new here, I like to encourage you to learn how you feel and connect to crystal energy on your own before doing actual research and having somebody else tell you what it's supposed to mean and how you're supposed to feel when you're working with it. Because I think that for number one, you find that your own intuitive information is accurate and is correct. And it's nice to have that validation. It's nice to trust and listen to the messages that your body and your spirit and your soul are giving you. This is Wonderland. This is your world. I want to encourage you to create your own world, live in your own world, and I want you to live in a world where you feel that you can trust your own intuition and that you feel validated with the information that you get from your soul. If you're not new here, welcome back, friends. We finally have another episode of Let's Get Stoned. I know it has been a very long time since we have filmed one of these videos, and you're going to see that because past Alyson, who is going to sit in meditation with our friend Garnet, she looks very different from the Alyson that's sitting here in front of you today. And that is just another example of I want you to love and appreciate where you are, no matter what phase of your life you're in, no matter how you're feeling. You have to love yourself first before you can step into the person that you were meant to be. So, without further ado, let's get stoned. Are you ready to get stoned? Today I'm working with Garnet. I have these two gorgeous palm stones here. The camera doesn't pick up it has this deep red burgundy color. I know what Garnet's good for. It's a grounding stone. The reason I'm doing this video is because I recently have done a video on Arfedzonite with Garnet combined. So I wanted to do Garnet on its own because I've already done Arfedzonite on its own, so that I can compare all of them in the Garnet Arfedzonite video. So all of those videos will be linked in the description below also. So today's video is just Garnet by itself. I'm just going to jump right into it. Let's get stoned. So I really like keeping the meditation video in here, especially sped up, because it's just funny to see. My breathing looks super fast. It's just interesting, the movement, the subtle movements that you make when you're sitting still. And I think by the end of this, you can really see that I finally settle into my body and kind of drop into the meditation. Whew. Okay. Wow, there was so much information coming through. I felt the urge to grab my pen and pencil and start writing right away. I think that maybe one of one of the reasons why that is because I really struggle with getting grounded and staying connected to the earth. I kind of look at grounding as something that I kind of dip my toe in to, and then I sit with it and I'm like, okay, we're grounded, we're here, we're in our body, we're centered. Okay, that's enough, let's fly away. So that's kind of how it felt. It was I felt like I needed to get write the information down right away, because I was worried that I would forget it, that once I was out of that space, because I know that that's my reaction to being grounded is to run away. I was worried that I was going to forget. So first things first, and this also happened when the timer went off. I felt a very strong connection to my heart. Like, even like it kind of felt like a little heart palpitation-y, and I'm wondering, I'm going to have to sit with seeing if that is like my aversion to being grounded. Like maybe my my nervous system was like, oh shit, she's gonna try to she's gonna try to ground. Like, I don't know if that heart palpitation was like an anxiety thing, or if so I'm gonna write heart palpitations. Is that a connection to the heart or the heart chakra? To heart, or um anxiety palpitations. I just felt this like heart chakra, root chakra connection, like this like alignment almost. It was like, okay, heart, root, centered, okay. Like heart, root, centered, okay. I'm going to become like a metaphysical cheerleader. Heart, root, centered, okay. So, according to Judy Hall's book, 101 Power Crystals, Garnet corresponds to the root chakra, the sacral chakra, and the heart chakra. So we will talk a little bit more about the sacral chakra a little bit later in this video, but right now this is confirmation that Garnet connects you to your heart chakra and your root chakra. And then I was thinking, there's no place like home. And like the like ruby slippers. I know these aren't ruby, but they are red. So there's no place like home. And that made me think of this like allowing for this allowing for this like sense of comfort, like working. I felt like that meant that like working with Garnet allows a feeling of comfort wherever you are. In the same way as like turtle spirit always has its home on its back, wherever it goes. So like carrying Garnet with you would kind of bring that same sort of comfort and energy, and feeling at home wherever you are. So this no place like home thing was really interesting to me. Sage Goddess, which is where I purchased these particular palm stones, says that garnet should be used or can be used for spiritual journeying and for a safe return home. Now, this is actually the reason I purchased these garnet palm stones, because when I first started doing like really deep meditations and attempting astral travel and shamanic journeying, I really struggled coming back, and to the point where I would come out of meditation and feel nauseous and sick or dizzy. I would have to really sit, put my feet on the ground, like and this is what led to me purchasing Garnet, because it is so gentle versus a lot of the stones that I use for grounding, protection, energetic clearing, etc., are black stones. And they, because they will get the job done, they will do it quick, they'll do it fast, and they'll do it immediately. And that is too quick of a like jolt to the system to be floating up in the cosmos and to just be instantly teleported like back down to earth, to 3D. And black stones was too much for that. They're good for grounding, protection, and clearing negative energy, but garnet is just gently brings you back. Like, come home. Don't you want to be home and comfortable? So this was one of the reasons why I purchased the garnet, and I really find that to be true. I've been working with garnet for quite some time now, and it's so calm and gentle and comfortable, and makes you feel like you're home. Makes you feel like you're home in your body, which is something that I really struggle with. Um, oh gosh, what else? So those were like the first things that came through, and I really tried to focus on visualizing that I was walking around within the crystal itself. And that again brought up images of ruby slippers, and I kind of like imagined that like the walls were all this like deep, dark, like garnet colored. But it was almost in like this faceted, like the walls were kind of faceted in a similarity to like how you usually see like a quartz cluster or like an amethyst cluster, how they just have these like I mean they're crystal points, so they have the like what is it, a hexagonal shape that a crystal point usually is like 1, 2, 3, 4, like you know, like an amethyst cluster or like a druzy crystal kind of shape. So that was like, um, and just walking around within that space also gave this sense of comfort and protection. So like protection, but in like a safety and comfort sort of way, versus like black stones are kind of like this steel wall that like rejects and repels negative energy. This just felt like you were already guarded, like a more guarded protection versus a like getting rid of or clearing away the energy. So, kind of repeating myself a little bit here is what I said in the last clip. Um, Garnet is definitely more a like comfort guarded feeling versus like shielding. It's like I feel like it's the place that you go to after you've cleansed and cleared with other black stones. So Judy Hall says again that garnet was used is traditionally used for protection, and even in medieval times, like it was embedded in shields and stuff like that. And you see that also in during Greek and Roman times, that warriors wore garnet for protection. It also has a transmutation quality of like bringing emotions to the surface and transmuting them. So it's more of just like a like making you feel safe in your body. I know I said that already, but and so the transmutation part of like drawing emotions to the surface really made me think of eclipse energy. And I'm wondering if this would make garnet a good stone to use during eclipse season, which is right around the corner if you're watching this when I upload this in March of 2023. Then eclipse season is starting in April. So I'm wondering if this stone would be something good to work with. And I think I'm going to continue to work with it during eclipse season, because that's what eclipses literally dig things up to the surface so that you can look at them, examine them, either transmute them, which garnet is going to help you do, or you decide to like stuff them back down and then it's just going to pop up again later. Garnet's good with transmutation. So I also felt this like organizational, um, like I kept having thoughts come up of like the things that I need to do, the things on my to-do list, my chores and stuff. And um, I don't know if that's because I'm filming this as we have just entered Virgo season and we are approaching the Virgo new moon. So I don't know if maybe I've had that on my mind anyways, but that was coming up. Like these thoughts were coming up, but it was like the garnet was like putting them in like their slot that they needed to go in, or like the order that they needed to go in. So yeah, this really felt like it brought my thoughts and my to-dos and was like, okay, you need to do this at this time and this at that time. Let's move this over here and think about it later. But I could see like the thought, like the actual thought come up, and then it like got put on its shelf, like where it's supposed to go. Okay, so this was interesting for a couple of reasons. First of all, the fact that I filmed the meditation portion of this video as we entered Virgo season. I started working with Garnet again around the Virgo full moon in we had it last month or a couple weeks ago. So that's really interesting to me because I do commonly associate Garnet with Capricorn energy because Capricorn is so like set on achieving that they'll do anything to achieve things, that they often forget about the emotional side of it. And because Garnet is so gentle, I use Capricorn or Garnet as a balancing stone for Capricorn energy because it adds that heart element, that compassion element into success and achievement. So this really makes me feel like it can be used in the same way for Virgo energy. And I just love how just filming these videos has always been like in divine timing. Like I started working with Garnet in Virgo season and then stopped for whatever reason and then picked it up again around the Virgo full moon. Like crystals come to you when you need them in divine timing. So that was really interesting about that. And then the organizational aspect of that I mentioned or that came up during meditation, Judy Hall also says that Garnet can be used to recognize self-sabotage and to remain faithful to your purpose. And it gives you hope and power to achieve your goals. So I think in the during meditation, allowing me to organize and figure out my to-dos and my plans or whatever, it takes away that overwhelm and is like, okay, these tasks are doable and achievable. So that confirms like what Judy Hall is saying, that it gives you hope and power to achieve your goal. And Sage Goddess also confirms that Garnet should be used to help connect the wisdom of earth with the wisdom of spirit. And in the same way, gently grounds you and your dreams. So, like we've been saying all Pisces season, and having a Virgo moon in Pisces season is helping you bring your Piscean dreams into the physical Virgo earthy realm. So it's also like I didn't pick up the self-sabotage aspect during meditation, but I am someone who self-sabotages on a regular basis. It's horrible. And I love that I am now able to use Garnet to help navigate that, transmute it, heal, whatever, stop self-sabotaging. It felt like Knight of Pentacles energy in the tarot. And I think that I'm going to have to double check. I think that came up with the Arfedzonite and Garnet video also. Which this is a new thing that's been coming up in the most recent videos of having a tarot card association, which is, so the Knight of Pentacles is a card that all of the Knights are a card of movement and moving forward with something. But the Knight of Pentacles specifically is about taking one step at a time. It's very slow movement. It's actually the slowest moving Knight out of all of the Knights in the tarot deck. So it's like about taking one step at a time, taking little chunks of things, and instead of like doing a bunch of things all over the place. So Knight of Pentacles energy. And that in itself gives this sense of calm because it's like you don't have to do everything all at once. You don't have to do all of these things and put ridiculous deadlines on yourself. Just take one step at a time, and it gives this relief of like, okay, I can relax and just focus on one thing and not have to be doing a million things all at once. So it was like calming and relieving. Okay, so this is kind of crazy. I swear that I have made a Let's Get Stoned with Arfedzonite video. Apparently, that video doesn't exist, or if it does, I can't find it. So, this whole time, the whole reason I'm doing this Garnet video is to pair with the Arfedzonite video. And then I also have a Garnet and Arfedzonite grow together, and I have a crystal with them together. I just haven't edited that video yet, but like they were all three supposed to come together. The Arfedzonite video doesn't exist. The Arfedzonite with Garnet video will be coming. I haven't edited it yet. And so that means I can't find, there was another video where a tarot card came up in meditation with a crystal. I can't find it. I don't know what happened to it. But specifically talking about this Knight of Pentacles energy with Garnet is very fitting. I mean, exactly like what I said. Compared to all of the knights in the tarot deck, the Knight of Wands is running towards something that they're passionate about. The Knight of Cups is leading with his heart, and you can see the horses are moving. And the fastest knight in the tarot deck is the Knight of Swords. He is running and jumping into something without even thinking about it. So the Knight of Pentacles is the only knight in the tarot deck that the horse isn't moving. It's stationary. It's that slow moving energy. You have the pentacle in your hand. You have the goal, the dream in your hand, and you're going towards it. You know you're going to achieve that thing. You know that you're going to accomplish it. But you don't have to move so quickly. Just one step at a time is going to get you to where you want to go, so that you're able to remain calm, focused, dedicated, but without getting overwhelmed, without feeling like, I can't do this. This is too much. It's everything all at once. But the Knight of Pentacles teaches us to just take one thing at a time, focus on that, finish that, then go to the next step, and then to the next step, one step at a time. And this, as I've been working with Garnet, and what both Judy Hall and Sage Goddess say about giving you hope and power to achieve your goal, remaining faithful to your purpose, and drawing those emotions to the surface and helping you transmute them, is like eliminating the fears that are blocking you from accomplishing something. So this is very Knight of Pentacles energy. I don't know what happened to the other tarot card that came up in meditation, and I don't know what happened to that Arfedzonite video. I swear I have filmed it and seen it and watched it and edited it, and it doesn't exist. There is a Hyperstein video that has very similar properties to Arfedzonite. Maybe that's what I'm thinking of, or I'm in another timeline, or I don't know. I have too many ideas in my head, and I think that I've done them. I don't know. So Knight of Pentacles energy, Garnet energy, one step at a time. You can do this, remaining calm and accomplishing your goals. I'm trying to think. I did feel like this physicality. Oh, it really, really wanted, like, it was almost like telling me that. So these are palm stones. I originally intended to use them for massage tools. But for the most part, I actually just give them to people to hold on to during crystal healing or Reiki healing sessions. To help kind of keep you grounded in that sense. But I was getting the message that they really wanted to be used as massage tools, to be like working in the muscle. So that like in a physical sense, I've felt, sometimes I'll feel like they want to be placed on a certain part of the body, but in this sense, it like wanted to be used for movement as a massage tool. Yeah, they didn't. It was kind of funny. I don't know if I was like connected to some crystal spirit, but it was just like, I don't want to be sitting on the shelf. Like, I want to be used and moved. Use me. All right, so this makes me a little sad. And I did not do that many hot stone massages this winter, and these garnets live with my hot stones, and I wasn't using them. So I'm wondering if what it meant is that it wanted to be used for me personally, because in filming for the Arfedzonite with Garnet video, a lot came up in meditation, and I'm actually not going to be putting some of the information that came up on YouTube. However, if you are a Ko-fi member or subscriber, you get like an extended version of the video, because I don't need to be airing my trauma out in public. You receive an extended version of the Arfedzonite and Garnet video that's not actually on YouTube. So basically what I'm saying is I have been personally using this stone crystal to heal myself personally. So maybe what I thought was like, I want to be used as a massage tool, maybe was like, I want to be used, like I need to use it. Okay, so as you can see, garnet is a really amazing stone to be working with. And there are a few extra things that came up in research that did not come up in meditation for me, but I wanted to share with you as well. So, how garnet affects you physically, according to Judy Hall, is that it benefits the pituitary gland, metabolism, the heart and circulation, lungs, liver, spine, cells, DNA, biomagnetic fields, and mineral absorption. She goes on to say also that specifically helps heal heart problems, which I definitely picked up the heart chakra related properties of it during meditation, but this is like the physical heart. So healing the physical heart, revitalizing or having just like this revitalization, like circulation, like energetic kind of energy to it, and the assimilation of nutrients, which again, she said mineral absorption. So I thought that was really interesting. It's definitely a feminine stone and helps you connect to divine feminine energy. And Sage Goddess specifically says divine feminine sexuality and promotes fertility. So I definitely feel that like yin, calming, supportive, nurturing kind of energy surrounding it. Judy Hall goes on to say that it helps you to remain faithful to your partner while being true to yourself. And I really want to point out how you are drawn to crystals that you need to work with. I have, like, long story short, I've been with my partner for over 20 years, and as we both grow and change as people, we have to figure out how to remain connected as a couple. And this is just something that I've been working on in my own personal life, and it's funny that I pick up garnet again during these times that I'm needing this energy, on top of what we've already mentioned previously in this video about the Virgo energy, like happening to work with garnet either during Virgo season or around a Virgo moon is really interesting, as well as like very specific properties of remaining faithful to a partner while being true to yourself is exactly what I'm like working on right now in my personal life. And also, in the same way as remaining faithful to a partner, she goes on to mention that it helps you to remain faithful to your purpose, or like the project that you're working on, in the sense of what we've mentioned before, of helping you not self-sabotage and remain faithful to your purpose or the project that you're working on, and giving you hope and power to achieve your goal, which we mentioned earlier. But it's interesting that like it relates to love in the same way that it relates to your goal, which in turn makes me feel like Garnet is good for helping you manifest your highest good or purpose. If you are meant to be with this person, Garnet will help you to remain faithful to them while being true to yourself, in the same way that if you are meant to accomplish this goal or dream, it will help you remain faithful to it if it's for your highest good, if it's your purpose, if it's your true purpose. And that like your intentions behind, whether it's love or a project, goal, dream, if your intentions behind that are true, it will assist you in achieving these things. So the last thing I want to mention that came up in research, and not necessarily in meditation, but is in turn ending up being something that I am personally needing in my life and working on in my life, is its connection to archangels, specifically the angelic realm of thrones, which I'm not familiar with. However, I am working on having a stronger connection to angels, and because they've just always called to me, I've always had that connection, and I've been learning and researching and nurturing that connection. And Judy Hall says that specifically Zadkiel, Atrugiel, and Michael. Now, Zadkiel's I had heard of before. Atrugiel I've never heard of at all. Michael I work with most frequently, is the most frequent angel that I work with. Michael's the angel of protection. So Garnet is in a sense like protecting. But I just looked up Zadkiel because I just remember the name. And according to Alexander Winman from the Archangel of Fire Oracle deck, Archangel Zadkiel, keywords are freedom and transmutation. And if you watch the upcoming Arfedzonite and Garnet video that I've been talking about so much, transmutation is like the key word. So I just wanted to leave you with Zadkiel's message of free yourself from limitations. Imprisonment is an illusion, for no one can imprison your heart or mind. Choose to feel free and allow any perceived blocks to dissolve. And I want to leave you with that because the whole purpose of this video is to show you that you are intuitive. You can connect to, you have everything within you. You have that knowledge, you have that wisdom. It's just about allowing and being open to receiving messages, and allowing yourself to be open enough and in touch with yourself enough that these things you just know. So that is this episode of Let's Get Stoned. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe so that you get notified when I upload the Arfedzonite and Garnet video. And remember, if you are a Ko-fi member or interested in being a Ko-fi member, the link is in the description below. And they are going to receive an extended version of this video if you want all the juicy details about my trauma. So thanks again so much. I'll see you next time on Let's Get Stoned.